Started video for the FunMaker pen from Festive Media. This is the Model V4 Classic FunMaker pen. It comes in the flip-top box, and in the box you'll find the user manual, a 3-pack of filament, the Classic pen, the AC adapter with a USB connector, and the USB power cable. There's also a small tool that you should save in case you ever want to put in a new tip on the pen. Tips are available to order from us at festivemedia.com. Alright, we'll set the box aside, unwrap the power cable, plug it into an AC adapter, and then we'll get the pen plugged in and ready to use. Notice the features of the pen. The Classic pen has a little lift-up cover that does allow adjusting a little set screw to change the temperature if you want to change it to PLA plastic, which is a little bit cooler temperature. See the user manual for instructions on that. Otherwise, just leave that covered up, and you'll see here is the speed adjustment from slow to high speed, the power and ready indicator lights, which will come on in just a moment when we plug it in, and the forward feed button and backward feed button. So we'll plug in the power supply cord and the other end into the USB AC adapter. As soon as we plug it in, the red light comes on to indicate it's in standby mode. To turn it on, to prepare it to be ready to use, press the front button, and then the right light will start flashing with a green light showing that it is heating up to preheat to the needed temperature. From the factory, it is preset to 210 degrees, which is the appropriate temperature for the included ABS plastic that comes with the pen. For best results, we do suggest using the ABS plastic provided. Also, you may want to be sure to order extra filament packs, which are available from Festive Media. The filament pack includes 10 rolls of 10 feet each for a total of 100 feet. You can also use PLA plastic, but you will need to adjust the temperature using the instructions from the user manual to adjust the set screw underneath the black cover. It takes about 1 minute. As you can see now, the green light is glowing solid, which means it's ready to use. Be sure to cut off the little cable tie that holds the spool together. Then press the front button and hold it once it's preheated, or you can more easily, you can double tap the front button. It will lock it on. Push in the filament until it's caught by the motor, and you'll notice it is slowly proceeding its way and heating it as it goes through the FunMaker pen until it comes out the tip. While we're waiting for that to feed through, I'll give you a little reminder. You can change colors, of course. When you change colors and back out a previous color you've used, such as the red that I had used previously, when I take it out of the pen, it comes out with a thin thread that had been through the tip of the pen. We can reuse the extra plastic, but it's very important to always cut off the end just a little bit so that the end of the plastic is nice and straight when we feed it into the pen to reuse the plastic. Alright, so the last time I used this pen, I've actually used this one before, I had orange filament inside. It is interesting because it will mix the colors briefly when we put the new color in. Be careful not to touch the tip with your fingers. It does get quite hot. Keep a household scissors handy to be able to clean any excess off the tip and to trim it if there's any extra there. Alright, we're ready to go. The green light shows that it's ready, and it does have power. As I use it, we suggest beginning with some simple shapes. For example, I'm just going to practice making some circles. It's best to work with paper as a substrate because the plastic will stick lightly to the paper so that what you're making doesn't slide around. When you end, pause for about 2 seconds before pulling the pen away, and that avoids having too many strings that can come up from the paper. Press down gently on the paper with a slow speed and practice making shapes. Wait about 2 seconds and then pull the pen away. Now, if you pull it away too quickly, it's alright, but you'll notice I'll demonstrate this time. If I stop and pull the pen away, I get a little bit of a thread, a thin piece of plastic as it pulls away. It's okay, you can simply then trim that away with your scissors, and it's not a problem. When joining things together, remember to press the tip into the existing plastic, and that helps it to adhere together. If you're filling in shapes, we suggest a good strategy is to make circular motions, or another way is to make very small spirals. This allows the melted plastic to bond together. With just a little bit of practice, you'll be able to make many beautiful objects. Try to find things around the house that you can use for molds. We used a regular hard-boiled egg as a model for this egg. We wrapped it with masking tape to help allow the filament plastic to have something to stick to so that it wouldn't slide off the slippery egg by itself. Think of how you can make things two-dimensional first, such as the wings of the dragonfly. Then, after you have made them on the paper, lifting them off and holding them together, you can create beautiful 3D shapes. Now let's talk briefly about how to change the plastic filament color. Be sure that it is preheated. To be able to remove the filament to change it, it has to be green light glowing solid. So if it's not, be sure to press the button and wait for it to become a green solid light. Then once it's a green solid light, you can press and hold the rear button, and the plastic, you'll notice, is slowly backing out from the 3D pen. Or, so you don't have to hold it, you can double tap, and then it will automatically back its way out of the FunMaker pen. Remember that when changing colors, it's very important to trim off the very small part that has been pulling its way through the nozzle of the pen. I'm gently pulling until it frees itself from the motor, and then as it comes out, notice there is a very thin point. I press the button again to stop, and I'll be able to reuse this plastic. However, remember always to trim with the scissors to cut the end so it's nice and straight. Then I can save this and reuse it and change to another color. Have fun creating with your FunMaker pen from Festive Media.